watching the news on African Free Press Television. My name is Bridget Okudili.
And I am Leo Okepa. These are the stories we're tracking for you at this moment. A report reaching African Free Press has it that the Speaker of the Kogi State House of Assembly, Momo Jimo Lawal, has been impeached. Jimo Lawal, who was impeached alongside his deputy Aliyu Aku and Minority Leader Hassan Bello, has been replaced by Honorable Godwin Osei representing Ogori Magonge. Osei was elected as the new Speaker, while Honorable James Eneche from Olamaburo is the new Minority Leader. It is learnt that he was removed by the 17 out of 25 members of the Kogi State House of Assembly.
A federal high court in Abuja has deferred till Monday the bail application filed by the founder and chairman of Dar Communications, Chief Raymond Dokpesi. Justice Gabriel Kolawole, who heard the bail application, said that he would not give ruling immediately because the processes filed by the parties in the suit were presented before him on Thursday. Justice Kolawole said that he needed to study and assimilate the processes before reaching a decision on the bail application. He subsequently ordered that Mr. Dokpesi be remanded in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) till December 14. In his argument, counsel to the Dar Communication boss, Mike Ozoheme, argued that the offences for which his client was standing trial were bailable offences. He noted that Mr. Dokpesi should be granted bail on self-recognizance, or in the most liberal terms, the counsel to the EFCC rejected the application for bail on the grounds that he had allegedly uncovered the receipt of over 8.7 billion naira from the federal government for the hosting rights of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in 2012 by Mr. Dokpesi.
And meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has described the misapplication of the arms purchase case cash as an abuse of trust. He made this statement yesterday at the dinner for the members of the House of Representatives at the Old Banquet Hall of the State House in Abuja. The President expressed disappointment that the necessary equipment and other logistics which the money was meant for were not supplied, thereby working against defeating Boko Haram. He sought the support and understanding of members of the House of Representatives to secure the nation, noting that the obvious problem facing the nation is the Boko Haram issue.
Nigeria's former Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has dismissed allegations that she illegally authorized the diversion of recently recovered Abacha loot during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala described the allegation as part of a campaign of falsehood to tarnish her image. In a statement on Wednesday by her media advisor Paul Nwabuku, the former minister noted that the content of a memo dated January 20, 2015, in which she responded to a request by the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Ibrahim Dasuki, retired, for funds to prosecute the war against Boko Haram was distorted. To set the record straight, the statement maintained that the central responsibility of the Minister of Finance is to find sources of funding for the financing of approved national priorities such as security, job creation, and infrastructure.
And the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has described as politics of compensation the kite being flown by some northern elders to the effect that Ndibo will be allowed to clinch the presidential seat in 2019. Spokesman of the IPOB, Emma Powerful, who spoke to newsmen on Wednesday about the issue, saying IPOB was no longer interested in Nigeria's affairs, adding that those flying the kite of Igbo presidency in 2019 are merely a distraction. Powerful said what IPOB wants is to release their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, from detention and to allow Biafrans to go, and not to play politics of compensation by telling Ndibo that they will become the president in 2019, apparently to douse tension. He recalled that politics of compensation was played during the June 12, 1993 saga, when the Yorubas were compensated with Obasanjo presidency in place of MKO Abiola's annulled election, just as President Buhari was compensated because of Boko Haram insurgency.
And still on the news, the Nigerian Labour Congress has said the social media bill being sponsored by Senator Ibn Allah will guard freedom of the citizens to express themselves, saying it is an infringement on the rights of Nigerians guaranteed in the 1999 Constitution as well as Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The announcing a statement signed by the National President, Peters Adeyemi, said the bill is coming at a time Nigerians expect legislators and all Nigerians to recommit themselves to actions and legislations that can contribute to deepening democracy as well as fight against corruption. He said the bill, which proposes as an option of 4 million naira as fine for those claimed to have made false newspaper, radio or television statements, and 2 million naira for those claimed to have made false phone text messages or statements on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram or WhatsApp, is a sad reminder of the military era when journalists were mindlessly hurled into jail for writing what the military junta considered spiteful.
And the former Nigerian Minister of Petroleum, Mrs. Diezani has strongly stated she performed excellently with the right qualifications while in office, as opposed to people's view that she was controversial. She noted that people often hate others for knowing so much and for being efficient and confident, which they mistake for arrogance. She made this known while answering questions fielded by the CEO of Ovation magazine, Mr. Dele Momodu, in London. Mrs. Madueke went on to say that their government had to confront so many challenges, including oil theft and general insecurity. She, however, noted that some of those in office then delivered responsibly, while a few breached the faith and wasted the opportunities handed to them by the then President, Goodluck Jonathan.
And on the foreign scene, Rwandans will vote in a referendum on December 18 on whether to amend the constitution and allow President Paul Kagame to remain in office until as late as 2024. Under the proposed amendment, Kagame, in power since 2000, would be able to run for office again after his second mandate ends in 2017. First for a 7-year term and then for 2 further stints of 5 years each, stretching to 2024. Kagame is the latest veteran ruler in Africa to attempt to extend his hold on power. Similar moves have already sparked violence and instability in Burundi, Burkina Faso and Congo Republic. So far, there has been no political unrest in Rwanda.
And still on the foreign scene, the call by the U.S. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump to ban Muslims from entering the country has led to officials asking Republicans to reject him immediately. White House spokesman Josh Earnest said Trump's campaign had a dustbin of history quality to it and said his comments were offensive and toxic. Earnest said other Republican presidential candidates who have pledged to support the person who eventually wins their party's nomination should disown Trump immediately.
Meanwhile, in football, the French Football Federation on Thursday indefinitely suspended star striker Karim Benzema because of criminal charges of involvement in a sex-tape blackmail attempt against teammate Mathieu Valbuena. Federation President Noël Gray said the suspension would include the 2016 Europa Championships to be held in France unless the case was settled.
And that's the stories we're tracking for you on African Free Press Television at this hour. For more, please do log on to our website at www.africanfreepress.com. Follow us on Twitter at African Free Press. Like our Facebook page at African Free Press. Please join us in our discussions on various interesting topics at African Free Press Forum and subscribe to our YouTube channel at African Free Press. My name is Leo Oketa.
And I am Bridget Okudili.
Good night.